Okay, speaking of which, with all this pound cake, I gotta tell you, it's making me a little bit hungry. So let's get into.
Hey, that was good. I ate
Yeah.
my whole slice. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It's the first edible thing.
Now I can understand why Officer Randy's willing to throw it all away for Grandma's pound.
$400.
Whoop, almost made a mess.
Yeah, that would have been clip. No, you're good. You're good.
Wow.
Clip it.
Needed to clean it. Only the cleanest here.
Yeah, no. That's the first edible thing I've had in like 20.
Is it cake?
Like,
all right. Speaking of things we shouldn't be eating,
that's funny.
Oreo, Cadbury, and Toblerone commit to completely synthetic lab-grown chocolate by 2027. All right, buckle up because this story sounds like a mashup of Willy Wonka and corporate cost-cutting, except it's 100% real and already underway. Big names in candy aisles like Oreo, Cadbury, and Toblerone have publicly committed to shifting their chocolate products over to an Israeli lab company that produces completely synthetic lab-grown chocolate by 2027. Not some ingredients grown in a lab, not a recipe tweak. Completely synthetic chocolate. Why? Because in the minds of these companies, a lab is cheaper than a farm. Cocoa prices are volatile. Climate change is stressing crops. Supply chains are tenuous. And increasingly, companies see lab cultivation, growing cocoa fats, flavors, and compounds in bioreactors, as a way to stabilize cost and control production without depending on harvests from West Africa farms or tropical climates. The pitch from industry is predictable. Sustainability, environmental responsibility, future food innovation. But let's be honest, when major corporations say the cheaper process also happens to keep profits steadier, the motivation ain't just humanitarian. Here's where it gets even weirder. Consumers aren't reacting well. Some early lab-grown chocolate products have already hit the market under smaller brands, and folks describe them as, well, not chocolate. Not the way we grew up knowing chocolate. Not the thing that melts in your mouth when you're 8 years old with a candy bar in your hand.
Some Mallies.
Mallies is far from this dialogue.
Yeah.
Mallies is a true blue.
That's all I can think of.
Come to Ohio. Taste
Mallies
real chocolate.
actually buys their chocolates from a factory and just makes it into their own. It's
Not a
even
synthetic
Mallies
lab made by the good people. And now this is blown up into a full-on consumer backlash, highlighted by one of the most public lawsuits in the candy aisle in recent memory. I love this one. The Reese family. Yes, the family behind the iconic Reese's Peanut Butter Cups has filed lawsuit against Hershey's, claiming the current product is basically inedible. Their position? The candy sold today under the Reese's name tastes so fake, so artificial, so devoid of authentic chocolate and peanut quality that it isn't even recognizably what made the brand famous. The claim in the lawsuit goes beyond branding. Also, it's a lawsuit filed by the grandson directly of the Reese family. It argues that Hershey's has effectively eroded the quality of the product to the point that it no longer delivers the taste consumers expect, and that the company is misleading the public. Facts? Now, right? Now, Hershey is defending itself by pointing to evolving formulas, rising ingredients costs, and evolving manufacturing processes. But consumers aren't buying it, literally. You gotcha, because there's a broader cultural context here. For generations, chocolate has been a real food, a crop grown on farms, harvested by human hands, and transformed into something sweet and comforting. There's an emotional, almost nostalgic attachment to real cocoa that no lab simulation has really matched yet. Calling your product synthetic chocolate doesn't just change taste buds, it challenges identity. And when big corporations roll out lab-grown versions under the promise of the same taste, cheaper, sustainable, but many people find the result tasting hollow or fake, A backlash is inevitable. So you have two big trends colliding. One, corporate optimization, where profit maximizing companies see lab growth as a way to cut out agricultural risk, stabilize costs, and future-proof supply chains. Then that goes against the second point, which is consumer expectation, where millions of people still want real taste, real ingredients, real chocolate, not bioreactor versions that taste like a shell of the memory of chocolate. And the Reese lawsuit has become the flashpoint, a symbol of that cultural clash. People aren't just annoyed, they feel betrayed. Because if your favorite candy sprinkle or childhood favorite starts tasting like engineered food chemistry, you don't just reject the flavor, you reject the premise that companies can claim authenticity while delivering something engineered in a lab. And that's why this isn't just a candy story. It's a cultural moment. It's where food technology meets brand loyalty meets nostalgia. And millions of consumers are now asking, if chocolate isn't chocolate anymore, what is it? And who gets to decide? So as we watch Oreo, Cadbury, and the Toblerone march towards synthetic chocolate by 2027, keep an eye on the public reaction. Because if people revolt in the snack aisles the same way they've revolted in beverage aisles, farm-to-table movements, and craft food trends, this shift might not be a smooth march forward. It might be a backlash with a bite. Doug, what do you got for us?
No, I was just to say, like, you're bringing up a good point with the change in the formula and all that and the taste. We were willing to accept shrinkflation to an extent, where a dollar bar used to be this size and now a dollar bar is like
shrinkflation.
This size. Shrinkflation, man. That's what it is. But
Oh.
if you're going to charge us the same price for something that is subpar, we won't take that.
He's got a point.
No, it's a good.
You know,
it's a good start.
growing trends. I get it. My bag of Doritos is just going to every year get more and more air, less and less chip. But damn it, if I'm going to eat poison, keep it what I know and love.
Oh yeah, don't switch up a good thing.
All right, real quick before we get going any further, Doug, click yourself. Can you catch?
Alex, you know better than Alex. Come on, Alex.
All right, click
You
the
know
wheel.
better than that.
Yeah, it was bad. Click the wheel. All right, let's try. We got these Reese's. Let's Doug, you go first.
That's the
Tell
second
me what
thing.
you think of it. Does it taste like you
Hey,
remember?
where'd you get these?
That's the second thing, Alex. You
The
didn't tell
store?
me to get. Now I'm left out of the show, bro. This ain't
Where else
right.
do you get Reese's? No.
Don't taste awful. I don't
Dad.
think they taste
It's
bad.
chocolate and peanut butter. It's like crap.
But it's fake chocolate and fake peanut butter.
Eh.
And here's what I'll say.
You
The
We just
taste is
talked
pretty
about
close to
this.
what you remember.
I was going to say pretty close.
So
we
Go
just
ahead,
spoke about
Ricky.
this in the topic before about people selling out and stuff. I'm happy the grandson is suing Hershey for the quality
love
of the
that.
product, and I hope he wins so they can revert from doing this nonsense.
You know, I still hope that Billy Malley's going to buy back his family's company.
hey, there's a dialogue. But Ricky, piggybacking off of what you were saying, there is a very interesting point you got there, which is I want the son to win, but I don't know how much I agree with the legal premise he's coming at it with. Simply because what we just ate, I really don't think is very far off from what we've always remembered a Hershey to be for the last like 5 to 10 years, right?
Right.
I'd say 15 years ago, the chocolate was more real. The peanut butter was more real. It probably did taste different. But this isn't so far away from that it shocks the consciousness of anybody trying it or reading it.
Right.
But what I will say, Ricky, is the ingredients. He should have taken a different angle, which is regardless of taste, the negative medical impact, like the biological impact it has on the consumer. That's the lie. It tastes the same, but you replaced it with a paint chip. Then that's a real problem.
Yeah.
So I wish the virtue of the argument was different because with success, it would bring about a different change. Because again, when you look at a Hershey bar and this is what you get,
Guys, I don't think chocolate's supposed to look like this.
I think you're right, ma'am.
And that's how
Why
the
is it
Reese's
so
taste.
like elasticy?
I would love to see how durable that is. Just go up to someone and be like, "What?"
That's how they
Dude,
taste to
I'm
me
sorry.
now.
This is not edible. That is plastic.
You know.
And correct me if I'm wrong. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. I literally can't eat Hershey's chocolate anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah,
Nope.
not anymore.
Nope.
You
I
taste
don't
it and it literally tastes like plastic.
It feels like
Yeah,
plastic.
but the
It feels
Reese's
like
I'm eating-
It
plastic.
doesn't even melt. Like the chocolate doesn't melt in your hand if you hold it long enough. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, well, and she's proven it.
Oh.
This should be totally melted, and
She should have
instead, it's,
residue on her finger.
no residue, and it's just a floppy mess. And what Hershey's really
Oh,
up against, every summer I'm reminded why I should never put a penny into Hershey's, and it's you try to have a s'mores party, have a
Can't do it
campfire now. It is not exactly
Man,
like you said,
melting.
Doug can't do it.
You got to go to the Malleys, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Now you've just made your campfire like $200.
That's
Seriously.
Like
Save that
Mally's
penny.
is great. It's stupid expensive.
Save that penny and spend $200.
Trump took it. Remember, you made me give it to him.
Yeah, I don't even have a penny.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even have a penny. We're out of pennies. Give him a nickel now,
Hey, all I know is in 2027, if I'm going to be buying Oreos, I hope it comes with a wall of Kiss.
dude. Well, it's gonna.
Nice.
Grown chocolate is coming to shelves in 2027. Oreo, Cadbury, and Toblerone are already funding the Israeli biotech producing it because a lab
I
is
laughed so
cheaper
hard
than a
when you said
farm.
that.
Cadbury has been quietly replacing your chocolate every single year. This dairy milk isn't legal chocolate in 27 countries. The cocoa butter was replaced with vegetable fat, a cheap blend of 6 industrial oils. What remains is diluted with polyglycerol, then flavored with petroleum vanilla to mask the waxy taste. Soon,
Fake chocolate.
even that gets replaced.
Ow.
You'll be eating cells grown in a pharmaceutical tank. Exposure flagged lead and cadmium traces with an
So again, be sure. Do not forget who's doing this. Like, and be conscious of it to avoid those products.
It said it's banned in 27 countries too.
So think about
That's
this. Like Oreo, that's another one where boy does the chemical compound they made in a lab, does it just trigger the neurons in my brain? It hits.
Oh,
They
love
don't
Oreo.
taste bad, but how do you consciously go? Like we got pressured at work to buy Girl Scout cookies.
Yep.
I'm sitting there like, yeah,
Oh, they have
okay.
a new Rocky Road flavor this year too, which was amazing.
Well, I'm sure it did. Of course, that's what I ordered, and I got something totally different. But I wasn't going to say nothing. I was
Oh,
just like,
amazing.
seriously,
Yeah,
whatever.
you missed
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
You missed out.
that's what I ordered, and then I got the peanut butter,
Oh, you missed out.
whatever.
man.
But again, and then I was the bad guy at work when I reminded everybody. I go, yeah, but on the show, literally a year ago, we reported about how they're finding like mass traces of metals in these cookies, and it's just bad for you. And they're like, everybody's giggling like, I got like $5. It's going to be bad for me, but I love my cookies. And it's like, it's way worse than you think.
You're like,
It ain't just calories to your hips. Like it's affecting your liver.
I love the notion of them all looking at you like, shut up, dork.
Yeah, exactly. As they eat their Samoa, like, shut up, dork. Yeah, exactly. It's an interesting concept. I'm with you, Ricky. I hope they come out successful. What were you gonna say?
Funny thing is, I had people come in last year from Europe and looked at the Toblerone and picked it up, just went straight to the ingredients and was like, "Oh no, never mind."
Yeah, because
'Cause
it's
they're
totally
like-
different where they come
Yeah.
from.
Yep.
Same candy bar, totally different recipe. You know what's interesting, Ricky? I was going to bring this up earlier when we were talking about Hershey's. Hershey's is quite literally inedible in Europe. They just can't eat it. They can't because the chocolate has a chemical in it
They're like
that is
Nutella.
in vomit. And so when a European that didn't grow up on the chocolate, because we're used to it, our brain's wired to taste past the taste of vomit and taste the chemical chocolate. They are like, this is puke. You guys eat puke for fun with marshmallows and crackers? This is what you do. And you're like, get this. We've built an amusement park and an entire city around this fake
Fun
chocolate.
fact, man, Hershey was introduced to Europe by GIs during World War II, back when the chocolate was real chocolate.
And then they took it away. They're like, Americans are doing American things again.
So can I pose a scenario? So if I got on a plane and I went to Europe and I had Hershey's chocolate on me, would they put me on like a no-fly list? Or
No,
something?
I mean, one, you'd have to declare it. They'll be like, "Are you bringing anything from out of the country?" You'll be like, "American chocolate, pure chocolate," and then they'll be like,
But you have to declare
ahead.
that because I did not declare that when I went to Europe.
You should. I would like you feel this is like a confessional, Doug. If there's anything else you'd like to confess to online, live, to be recorded forever, feel free. Anything else?
I didn't have chocolate, but I didn't know you had to declare stuff that specific.
Well,
you know, like-
TSA has entered the chat. What do you got to say, Doug?
Where were you on the day of January 6th?
Buying
Here.
chocolate.
Oh
Ricky, coming to you. Any wrapping thoughts? You gonna be eating chocolate?
No, thank God my uncle has a cocoa tree in his backyard, so he makes chocolate back home in Jamaica, so that's good. I don't
I'm
even
jealous
like
of that.
Hershey's. I like M&Ms, but they're all fuck. I'm trying to
Yeah,
lay off the
M&Ms,
sugars
no.
anyway, because I'm getting old and fuck the sugar.
Has your uncle considered maybe taking up being a Rastafarian Willy Wonka?
Nah,
I mean, that's
he,
a whole
That'd be
brand angle no one's taken up yet.
his label is he makes the best fried chicken in St. James and the best jerk chicken. MFC.
What if he
Mont
covered it in
Blanc fried
chocolate?
chicken.
Oh,
He only does
chocolate.
chocolate literally for
I mean,
his
you guys remember
chocolate tea.
Keenan from all that? Just
Yeah.
his character, he's like, cover it in chocolate.
Yeah. But nah, they instead of chocolate, he does tea. So they sell tea
Okay.
and honey.
I like that. Man knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
All right. So I gotta buy time for Doug. Will, you got any wrapping thoughts?
I'm a consumer. I'm gonna still eat it.
Oh
I'm a
God.
disgusting man. I will unashamedly be buying Oreos next year and be like, oh yeah, didn't we do a topic about this? Give me the double stuff. Like I am no better than
You're an American consumer.
I'm proud.
That's right.
Proud.
That's right.
Well,
Well,
at 42. Proud.
proud. Doug, any thoughts, any wrapping considerations?
I mean, this is why I haven't bought Hershey's in the longest time. I mean, to be honest, I'd never buy Hershey's. I would buy anything else other than Hershey's at this point, is because their chocolate
True.
is not what it used to be.
It doesn't need Oreos.
He's right. Yeah, I'm with him.
No,
You know,
Oreos I consider one
No,
thing, but I'm talking
Oreos I'll
about true,
do.
I'm talking about true Hershey's chocolate. It's not what it used to be.
You're gonna buy Toblerone or
I've never had Toblerone in my life.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, right?
Honestly, what is Toblerone?
It's like a
I will
tap-
send y'all some Toblerone. They're so fucking
like a
good,
taffy
I'm
bro.
saying
that-
it the whole time. I was like, that's not real.
no, it's
you've
Bro,
like
never
a-
seen
yeah,
this.
it's
This
real.
is Swiss chocolate. It's incredibly good.
No.
It's
Yeah.
got
Oh,
like
I guess it's
toffee
not
in
a
it.
ta-
I may
it
have
is
seen
toffee.
But
it,
again,
I'm
you
gonna
don't
try
buy it here in America. You want to go buy it like at a duty free outside of the country, or you go see the mountain on it. That is the mountain that we skied when we went to Switzerland.
You're gonna be like, that's the mountain.
So-
So from
That's why it's like they're Swiss chocolate and Swiss cheese is what they're known for. This is like their very commercial brand. It's sad that Toblerone is like, dude, it is the cleanest. It's like affordable Mally's.
it's like Walter White level chocolate.
Yeah, literally. And
Crystal blue persuasion.
well, now it's going to be the artificial. What did it do when it changed from was it white again when they were catching the knockoffs?
Yeah,
It wasn't blue anymore.
it wasn't blue enough.
Yeah,
That's when they
so
brought in Jesse and were like, figure it out.
so
Oh
they
my
turned
God.
Toblerone to the white meth. So here's the takeaway after unpacking the lab-grown chocolate story and the Reese's lawsuit. This isn't just about candy. It's about what happens when corporations prioritize profit and efficiency over authenticity and human experience. Lab-grown chocolate might be cheaper, scalable, and easier to produce, but it strips away the connection to the land, the farmers, and the centuries of craft that gave chocolate its identity. The public backlash and now the Reese family lawsuit highlights something bigger. Trust is fragile and nostalgia matters. You can't simply replace a beloved product with a synthetic facsimile without consequences. Consumers are starting to demand accountability and quality and transparency, even in markets where cost cutting is king. And there's a philosophical layer too. When a lab can replicate a product perfectly enough to satisfy functional needs, but fails to satisfy emotional, sensory expectations, it forces us to ask, what does real even mean anymore? In the end, this story is a cautionary tale about the collision of technology, commerce, and culture. Synthetic chocolate may be inevitable, but so is the question of whether society is willing to accept a world where everything can be engineered, yet nothing truly feels authentic. The Reese lawsuit is just the opening bite. The debate over authenticity, value, and what we're willing to accept as real, as it only is getting started. Okay,